Look, the forecast here, more debt than economic output for the United States of America. In anyone's personal life, that would be a disaster.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people have debt. But let's take your thing. The CBO, God bless them, there are various lowball economic growth estimates. Last I looked, and I have not studied this report, but last I looked, they were slightly below 2% growth for the next 10 years. We don't believe that. Our view, as you know, is lower tax rates, particularly business, create incentives to invest and work. I think we're going to pick up productivity and wages. So that gives you an entirely different baseline. Now, I'm not saying the government is sufficiently limited. I don't think it is. I'd like to see a much more modest role for government. That's always been my view. But, you know, I would take a somewhat larger deficit in order to finance long-term growth in the economy, which is how I look at this.
So, you know what's interesting, Larry? In 2009, when the CBO said that the debt would reach 68% of GDP by 2019, and of course now it's saying 105%, so we're way out of that range. But in 2009, the prediction was 68%. And of course, you weighed in on it, and here's what you said.
The families of America, take a look at this budget and these humongous deficits and the doubling of the debt and so forth and the out-of-control spending. Okay, you can't really deny it. Bob Rice defends it on economic terms, but it is a fact. People see this is like a pinball machine on permanent tilt, Steve Moore. This is like a completely out of a line. This is the most unbalanced fiscal story coming out of Washington, really in our history.
What's changed, Larry?
Well, I'll tell you what's changed.
Other than Rice and Moore switching sides.
Bob Rice is a great friend of mine, so is Steve Moore. So look, the trouble I had with the Obama program was it was all spending. It was all spending, and most of it was not spending for infrastructure. Most of it was spending for welfare programs and social spending. That's not a growth prescription.
Trump just signed a big spending bill.
Pardon?
Trump just signed a big spending bill. He said he didn't like it and wouldn't do it again, but he signed it.
Yeah, well, nothing like the Obama stimulus package, which was, what, $1 trillion at the beginning? So I'm just saying, look, I'm not happy with the government as it is now. I think spending's got to come down. As I said, we need more limited government, much more modest government. I agree with all that. But I think, again, with respect to the Obama years, if he had a growth program, A, we would all be more prosperous today, and B, I wouldn't have fretted about the deficit. I mean, he had a chance to lower taxes. It was under discussion, but he never did.